The Community Foundation for Greater New Haven has unveiled GiveGreater.org. It's a fabulous resource that is making it easy for people to think generously and give locally. Joining me now is Will Ginsburg, the President and CEO of the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven, and Katrina Clark, the Executive Director of Fairhaven Community Health Clinic. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Jessalyn.
Well, let's first talk about what is GiveGreater.org.
GiveGreater.org is a website, and that's the website address. It's a website that has comprehensive information about nonprofit organizations in Greater New Haven. We've designed it for people who care about this community, people who want to learn more about organizations and issues and opportunities to give, because it's really an effort by the foundation to drive more local giving to support all the wonderful work that nonprofits do in Greater New Haven.
Nonprofits like Katrina, your organization.
Absolutely. There's a challenge going on right now that the foundation has started, and we're thrilled to be one of the early bird winners of that group that raised 50 people to raise $50 a minimum on Monday morning. So it was just a thrilling experience.
It was pretty exciting, and it's called the 2010 Challenge. What is that?
Well, the foundation put aside $200,000 to as a challenge to really try to drive people to use this new site, because this site is a wonderful resource, but it's only a wonderful resource if people use it.
That's right.
And it's about change behavior, and we know that. So this $200,000 was set aside as matching grants to the organizations that get the most number of gifts on Give Greater between November 1st and the end of the year, December 31st.
And November 1st, though, was an exciting day, because you gave, as Katrina just said, nonprofits who got their first 50 online donors $5,000.
Right. So we had early bird prizes.
Early bird,
and
exactly.
we've awarded now 30 out of the 200,000. And the early bird winners were the first ones to get 50 donors of at least $50 each to give gifts through Give Greater. So we had 6 winners, and we were delighted that Katrina and Fairhaven Community Health Clinic was one of them.
And you received $5,000.
Yes.
How big of an impact does $5,000 have for your nonprofit?
Well, $5,000 plus the money that we raised from our donors. So combined, it's almost $10,000 that we've raised to date.
Congratulations.
And this is money that will go directly into providing health care for people in Fairhaven. So this is just an absolutely wonderful way to make sure that that person who needs her child to get an immunization, we can make sure that she gets that immunization. It just truly is a wonderful source, and a way to expand our donor base, just as you said, that we're using this opportunity to reach more former staff, former interns, former students who have come through the health center, and we know just maybe have lost contact with us. So we're going to start a Facebook page and really reach out to folks. And this is pushing us all into
so it's really motivated you.
Absolutely. People love a contest, Jessalyn, and that's what's really fun.
Exactly.
And the response has been fabulous. I mean, since Monday morning at 8 o'clock, there have been over 1,800 gifts through Give Greater. And that's been about $110,000 totally. So in total. So people throughout this community are really using this resource, and it's been interesting for us. We get about usually between 2,000 and 2,500 gifts a year, and we've had almost 2,000 gifts this week.
Well, it's exciting as you watch the leaderboard.
Right.
You see more and more people donating.
Yes, it's great. And as I said, it's almost 2,000 gifts just since Monday.
And it's not over yet.
No, in fact, it's barely started, because the challenge goes to the end of the year, and still 170,000 out of that 200,000 is yet to be awarded. And it'll be awarded at the end of the year when we know over that 2-month period which organizations raised the most, had the highest number of gifts through Give Greater.
Very good. And Katrina, how many do you have? Where are you at this point on the leaderboard?
We have, Will just looked at it in his phone. We have 77 so far. I'm not exactly sure where we are on the leaderboard. Some of the groups that actually weren't early birds have risen higher with more.
Which is what you want to see.
Donors, but that's what you want to see.
Exactly.
And so I think that we're all taking this opportunity to really offer this as a challenge to our donors and reach out. So, but even if you don't win the prize, we're being able to connect to folks and raise those funds through this new medium.
And what's great is to see the number of nonprofits on this list. I mean, some of you aren't familiar with, and some of you are.
Well, the site was launched this week with about 100 nonprofits on it. Our hope is ultimately we'll have every nonprofit in Greater New Haven on this list, and on the site, and we hope that'll be 400 or so nonprofits. Hopefully that'll happen over the course of the next year. And the real goal here is to drive more local giving. And we feel if people have a place they can go online that tells them who are the organizations, who's doing great work, what are the issues, what are the opportunities, it'll get people to give more locally. The challenge isn't to get people to give more. This is a very generous community. The challenge is to get people to give more locally and think locally. And we hope Give Greater will be a big help with that.
Absolutely. Now, Katrina, you mentioned some of your services that you provide the community. Can you expand a little bit more? You talk about immunizations. What else do you give?
We really give care from the prenatal care for pregnant women up through, I think our oldest patient is just over 100. And it's so the full family care of a physical care for someone with diabetes, somebody with the well child care, an adolescent. It's the physical care as well as behavioral health, and really supporting our community to receive health care, both prevention as well as intervention when they need it.
And it's especially needed now with the economy that we have.
Absolutely. We've truly seen that the stresses in people's lives are just horrendous, and that has an impact on their health, of course.
Absolutely. Katrina, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And if you want more information, about givegreater.org, all the information right there on the screen, or just come to WTNH.com and click on Connecticut Style. Again, we appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you.
And coming up next,